Okay, so we're doing Unit 5, Lesson 13, Segment Bisector Algebra. We got a couple of things to do. You should be copying down that, not just Unit 5, Lesson 13.
I thought
We are. We're doing the algebra that goes with the jump. Alright, so segment bisector algebra. So as you continue to copy down those notes, go ahead and look at the diagram as drawn and tell me something about the diagram. So Jared, tell me something about that diagram. E, yeah, so E we get, E is a vertex. So for instance, we have like angle CED, angle BED, right? So it is a vertex for 4 different angles. Good. All right. Tell me something else about this. Jacob Warm, tell me something about it. What's congruent? I need you to tell me what is congruent. What?
AE and EB.
And what are they? They're segments. Yes, segment AE is congruent to segment EB. Peter, what else do you see up there? Line AEB, yes, AEB, or we would call line segment AB. Good. So line segment, we have line segment AB. Anything else that we see up there from the diagram that looks like it's important for segment stuff? That's in the given, so that's okay. What did you say? You want me to take it away? Oh, you said something true? I thought it was okay. And you said something right. Okay, we can write this. I mean, I don't think we should have, but we did. Yeah. Yeah, and we can say that they look perpendicular, and in fact, I did draw it. Okay, so given this first set of information here, if AB, if line segment AB equals 4, that's really bad English there. What is the measure of line segment AB and EB? There we go. That's much better than this way. So if AB equals 4, what is the measure of AE and EB? You should be jotting that question down. If you think you know the answer, I need to also know why you think you know. If you think you know the answer, I want you to know why you think you know. You got an idea? How did you get that? So you said 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, but how did you do that? Where did the 2's come from? The magic 2? The magic. Okay. No more math. Magic. Yeah. All right. And is there? I'm pretty sure it's like that. Dita, what's up?
Well, I think 2, but
yes, because bisect means to cut in half. Peter, where is that? Okay. Yeah. So if AE is congruent to EB, they're also what? What else are they? If they're congruent, they're also the same or equal. So if they're congruent, they're also equal. So we know they have to be the same based on the diagram here, and based on what a bisector does. So if the entire thing is 4, all we did was divide it into 2, or cut it in half. So we cut it 4 in half, and we got 2. So good job all around. First for the magic, and then for the math, and then for the math. Jacob?
Is this still need to be before we know one
Yes. You can have a perpendicular intersection as long as you have any 2 rays, line segments, or line, any combination of those. Alright, so click on here. So in this one, AB equals 4. What about if AB equals 4/5? So if AB equals 4/5, what is the measure of line segment AE and BB? So if line segment AB equals 4/5, what's the measure of AB and BB? All right, so what are we thinking out there? What is the measure of AE? What is the measure of Jeremiah? What do you think? Yeah. 4/10. Okay. So 4/10 is what Jeremiah is saying. Does anybody else have a different answer? Rebel? 2/10. All right. Lexi, is there any difference between those two answers? Is there any difference between 4/5 or 4/10 and 2/5? Sure, so we can reduce 4/10 to 2/5. But those are equivalent fractions, right? They're equivalent fractions. So if we take 4/10 plus 4/10, we would get 8/10, which reduces down to 4/5. And if we took 2/5 plus 2/5, it would be 4/5. Those are both good answers. So what did I ask for 4? We're doing 4/10. So you care much? How did you come up with 4/10? What did you do in that math? Okay, so he said 4/5. He divided it by 2/1. You don't divide by a fraction. You multiply by the result. Excellent. And then Rebel, how'd you get 2/5? Just cut 4 in half. So you just cut the numerator in half. You got 4. So both are really good ways of going about it. All right, be sure to read the number 3 carefully. Line segment AE equals 4.732. What does line segment AB? So line segment AE equals 4.732. What does line segment AB equal? Jacob Warma, what did you get for your answer? 9.464. Can you explain to me how you got that? So AE is half of AB. Okay. Times it by 2. I saw, did you add it? You guys added 2 together? Thermal added the 2 together, right? You can add them when you mix something by 2. Okay, so who can link this from something we learned last week to what we're doing right now? Who can link this from something we learned last week with this? We learned 2 postulates that had the word addition in them. The segment addition postulate states that AB plus BC equals AC. That's the segment addition postulate. We can look at that's what we're just doing here. All we're saying though at the start is that AB is congruent to BC. That's the only extra part that makes this whole thing work. Alright? So the segment, what's up there? So a postulate is something that we accept without proof. We accept it without proof. Yeah, we're going the wrong direction. You know, I talk about stuff. Okay, so if AB is congruent to BC, we've already answered this. AB equals BC. So taking that piece of information, I'd like you to solve for X. I'd like you to solve for X. If we know line segment AB equals line segment BC. Oh, yeah, that's right. And in our case, we know that AE equals BB. We can use one of our properties to solve for X. We can use one of our properties that we use all the time. All the time. All the time. Sorry. You have to set up some type of relationship. You have to set up some type of relationship. I'm going to go ahead and open the clickers up. I just want the value of X. You know, the right X equals. I just want the value of X. Don't forget, what we stated, that we know that AE is congruent to EB, which means that AE is equal to EB. Right? So AE equals EB. What property do we use? So we say AE is equal. Property. That. Alright, this will be round 1. Only 1 person. Peter, what do you have right? You're 17, right? Okay, which one? -8? X equals -8? Can you walk us through what you set up? Let's take a listen to Dieter here. Let's stop right there. How were you able to do that? Well, let's stop right here and see someone. It's one of the properties. We know that line segment AE equals line segment EB, and I have a value for AE and I have a value for AB. So, Michael, what property do I use? Yeah, substitution. You just substitute your value. Right? You guys do this all the time. I'm trying to get you to think about what's going on behind the scenes. So, if you did not get -8, please try right now to get negative 8. So if you do not get negative 8, please try right now to get negative 8. Let's go ahead and solve this for x. Rihanna, what would be my first step to solve this for x? This is algebra. Get x by itself. That's going to be your first step. Yeah, let's add 7x to both sides. 4x plus 7x is 11x plus 18 equals negative 70. What is going to be step number 2, Tegan? What's step number 2 to get x by itself? It's algebra, Tegan, look at it, come on. I need x to get by itself, what are we going to do? What? Start what? To both sides, yeah. We get 11x equals negative 88. What do we do to finish this off? Tyler, how do we get x by itself at the end? Yeah, divide by 11. We get x equals negative 8. If you struggle to get this from this right here, I need you to come to the computer. Because that's all we do algebra all the time. You have to be able to do that. Alright, if you're struggling with that, please come in. We got to work on it. We don't have time to time. Okay, so we have another way that we can present these problems, and that would be segment on a coordinate plane. So go ahead and take a look at this, and first tell me, what is the ordered pair for the left end point? Select the year nice and close. What is the ordered pair for the left end point? 1, yeah, 1 comma 2, good. You say you're close. What's the end point over here? 9 comma 6. Okay, what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to click in. What is the ordered pair value, what's the value for the midpoint of this line segment? What is the value for the midpoint of this line segment? Go ahead and you can use parentheses. You don't have to if you don't want to, but at least try to put a comment. So go ahead and look at that line segment, and where is halfway? Where is the midpoint? The midpoint. We'll type it, and we'll answer the same thing. There we go, type it. Alright, so we get here. 4 comma 3, 4.5 comma 3, 5 comma 3, 6 comma 3. So let's go ahead and let's count this. So this is 1. So right here, this is 1, 2. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 8 spaces, so we want to go 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the midpoint. The midpoint is at 5, comma 3. The midpoint is at 5, comma 3. Right? The midpoint, halfway through. So instead of having to count on a number or like count on a coordinate plane every time, there is a shortcut we can use. So let's take 1, comma 3 and 9, comma 3. And we're going to use a little algebra here to get an answer. So The midpoint is halfway between x and halfway between y. So it's halfway between x and halfway between y. So what I can do here is I can take my ordered pair and I can stack it. Practice stack. I can take them and I can stack. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them. What is 1 plus 9? 10. What is 3 plus 3? I'm going to stack, I'm going to add, and then if I'm trying to get an average between two numbers, what should I divide by? Divide by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 5. What? I think that was a joke here. This definitely is not hard. I got the 2 because if you're trying to find the average between two numbers, what do you divide by? 2. I want the average between two agents. I would divide by 2. So I stack, I add, I divide by 2. Stack, add, divide by 2. Stack, add, divide by 2.
Well, you can count it.
Go ahead and try with negative 7, comma 13, and 4, comma 5. Let's see if we can just test out of this right now. Go ahead and you can just So again, you want to stack, add, another two. Stack, add, another two. And you have a negative. Simple. Fractions or decimals are okay, either one. Fractions or decimals are okay, either one. The decimal is okay, or the fraction is okay. Ones are here, 2 and 3 are in. Alexis is in, Stephen is in, 7, 8, 10 is given in, 15, 14, Alexis is given in, 15, 16. No? What number are you? Oh, I thought you were ready. Alright. I'm just waiting for. You got 3 more people here clicking? 2 more people clicking? 1 more person clicking? Okay. Alright, so if you stack, if you added, if you divided by 2, you either got negative 3 halves or negative 1.5 of a 9. Definitely not perfect. Let's see here. So if we add these, we get negative 3, comma 18. If we divide by 2, we get negative 3 halves, comma 9, or negative 1.5, comma. You've got to divide. You've got to remember to divide. All right. Let's say I gave you 3, comma 4, x, comma y, so I gave you 3, comma 4, and then I tell you that the midpoint is at 6, 7, comma 13. So this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. This up here is the endpoint. And this down here is an endpoint. I need the ordered pair. I need the values for x and y for my endpoint. How are we going to get there? Go on, Rebel. What do you think? Times what by 2? 7 and 13, so that'd be 14, comma 26.
Yeah, and then you subtract 3,
Subtract 3, so I get 11, comma 22. What is 3 plus 11? 14 divided by 2 is 7. 4 plus 22 divided by 2 is 13. Alright, so what is another way that we can get to 11, comma 22? What is another way that we can get to our end point? So what he just did, the math he did 3 plus x divided by 2 equals 7. What do you do?
I did the opposite of what you're supposed to do today.
Yeah. Makes sense, right? Certainly. Alright, so what's another way that we can go from endpoint to midpoint to endpoint? Think about the word midpoint. Think about what it is. It's halfway. Halfway. Jeremiah. Think about it. It's halfway. So, what is halfway? So, 3 to 7 is how much? What's the distance between 3 and 7? So, Anna, what is the distance between 3 and 7? 4. Brianna, what is the distance between 4 and 13? 9. Isai, what has to be the distance between 7 and the endpoint? If the distance from one endpoint to the midpoint, no, you just said 4 because Robo showed it to you. He was lying to you. What's the distance here? If the distance between here and here is 4, what has the distance between here and here? 4. Yes. Yeah, I don't want to keep that. Yeah, we're good. If the distance between here and here is 9, what has the difference distance between here and here? Clear up? What has the distance between here and here? If the distance between here and here is 9. It's the midpoint. So this is the question.
I'm going on my okay.
Okay, that's fine. So do I need to move on? Jeremiah, if the distance between here and here is 9, what has to be the distance between here and here? 9. 13 plus 9 is 22. 7 plus 4 is 11. Alright, so there's some common sense. It's a very straightforward thinking of all this, right? We just kind of want to look at it and like, oh, well, it's 4, then it has to be 4. 9 has to be 9. It's negative 3, it has to be negative, right? You have to kind of take a moment to figure it out. One more thing for today. Angle, bisector, algebra. Don't worry about getting the diagram copied down right now. What? Well, this is the algebra. We bisected yesterday. We constructed yesterday. So let's do the algebra real quick. So, if I told you that the measure of angle ABD, if I told you that the measure of angle ABD was 22, can you please click in the value for ABC? So if ABD is 22, what is ABC? ABD is 22. What is ABC? Don't forget, this is being bisected. It's being bisected. You're clicking your answer in. You should out. The measure of this angle right here is 22 degrees. I don't know what the measure is of the big angle. It is being bisected. They are congruent. It is being bisected. They are congruent. Let's say if you know this, it shouldn't take you more than 10 seconds to click your answer in. Anna, you clicked in? Oh, you have it. It's 24. Um, 44. I don't know where one came from. Someone thought it was supplementary angles. Nope. These are congruent angles. So if the top is 22, the bottom is 22. What's 22 plus 22? 44. Let's do one more here, and that'll be it for today. If I told you that the measure of angle ABD equals the measure of angle BBC, please use substitution to solve for x. Please use substitution to solve for x.
If I tell you that the measure of angle ABB equals the measure of angle BB,
Because they're congruent,
because ray BB is a bisector of angle ABB.
I just want the value for x.
I just want the value.
Okay. Wait, for you, J-Rock? No number. Did you click in? Wait, anybody else here? You said no girl that. All right. So you should have said 2x plus 8 equals to 7x minus 37. You should have subtracted 2x and added 37. We got 45 equals 5x. X equals 9. Okay. Yay! 9! All right, people. Enjoy your homework assignment tonight. It's a good one. 16 questions. Should take you about 10 minutes top.